Hello students, welcome to this session. This is the fifth session of chapter 1st of your NCERT science book 10th class. In this chapter, we are studying regarding chemical reactions and equation. During last session, we started discussion on decomposition reaction. Decomposition reactions. This is the one of the important type of chemical reactions. During last session, we have discussed the thermo-decomposition reaction. Thermo-decomposition reaction, which is based on heat. Heat is required for splitting of substance during chemical reactions. In this session, we will discuss the second and third type of decomposition reactions. Second type is electrolytic decomposition reactions. Third type is photo-decomposition reaction. During last session, we have studied that decomposition reactions are those reactions during which a single complex substance is split into two or more simple substances under influence of heat or electricity or light, particularly the sunlight. That means for decomposition reaction, energy is required. In three forms, energy may be involved during chemical reactions, particularly in decomposition reactions. Based on the type of energy, the decomposition reactions may be classified into these three types. The first type we have already discussed. In this session, we will discuss the electrolytic decomposition reaction and photo-decomposition reactions. Electrolytic decomposition reactions is that reactions which require electricity, in the form of energy to split the particular substance into two or more substances. And photo-decomposition reactions are those chemical reactions which require the light, particularly the sunlight, to decompose or to split the particular substance into two or more simpler substances. Second type, firstly we will start discussing. The second type is electrolytic decomposition reactions. Just I told you that the chemical reaction which require energy in the form of electricity to split a particular substance to decompose a particular substance into two or more substances. And those type of chemical reactions are called as electrolytic decomposition reactions. With the example of splitting of water, we will understand this type of decomposition reactions. We know that in nature how the water molecules are formed. Certainly in previous classes you have studied regarding formation of water in nature. You have certainly learned the water cycle. In nature, particularly at the time of lightning, due to electrical discharge, the hydrogen molecules is split into its atom, and the hydrogen molecules form the hydrogen ions during lightning. Similarly, the oxygen molecules splits into its ion in presence of electrical discharge. And as the hydrogen atoms and oxygen atoms are electrically charged, having opposite charges, so they combine together to form the water molecules. This is the natural phenomena which are continuously going in the nature during particularly lightning. Here we are finding that the formation of water molecules requires energy. So it is quite clear that to split the water molecule into its component certainly require energy. The same energy. When the same condition is reversed back, then the happening of the combination reactions may be reversed back. That means the opposite to the combination is splitting takes place when the same energy is provided. Electric energy is going to be provided, and the same conditions is created artificially or chemically. In that case, the molecule of water may be splitted into its component. Components are hydrogen and oxygen. By an activity, we will understand the splitting of water. When electric current is provided in the system, and the splitting of water is called as hydrolysis. This is an example of electrolytic decomposition. Splitting of water in presence of electric current is called as electrolytic decomposition or hydrolysis. Hydrolysis. Hydro means this term is derived from two part of words. Hydro means water. Hydro pertains to water. And lysis means splitting. Splitting of water molecules in presence of electric current is called as hydrolysis. This is an example of electrolytic decomposition chemical reaction. By an activity we will understand the hydrolysis or electrolytic decomposition reaction. In previous classes certainly you have learned the process of electrolysis. In electrolysis, a system is arranged in which a glass jar is taken, glass jar, and two electrodes are used. Two electrodes are used. That electrodes may be of carbon. The electrode which is used and is attached with the electrode which is attached with positive terminal of electric source is called as anode. This is anode, you know. And the electrode which is attached with negative terminal of the electric source of the battery is called as cathode. This is electric cell, this is glass jar. And in this, after doing this arrangement, some amount of water is poured in this glass jar and some drops of acid is also poured in this water for making the water good conductor of electricity. You know, the pure water is not a good conductor of electricity. Pure water is the bad conductor of electricity. So, to make the water good conductor of electricity, some drops of acids. Acids may be hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid. Dilute sulfuric acid and dilute hydrochloric acids. We use here certain drops to make the water good conductor of electricity so that electric current may pass through the water. When the switch is on, the circuit is completed and electric current is started passing through, and due to the chemical effect of the electricity, the splitting of water molecules takes place. Splitting of water molecules takes place. Here, electric current. Electric current. And the water molecules splits into its component. Just I told you, components are hydrogen and oxygen gases. We will balance this chemical equation. As in this case, the single substance is splitting into two substances. So it is an example of decomposition reactions, and as here the electric energy is utilized. So it is a type of electrolytic decomposition chemical reactions. And in the case of water, specifically this type of the chemical reactions, this splitting of water molecules is called as hydrolysis. Is called as hydrolysis. Now we will discuss in the case of electrolytic decomposition, we will discuss some more examples. Sodium chloride. Sodium chloride is the common salt which we use in our food. For commercial purposes, on large scale, the sodium chloride is utilized for production of sodium metal. The solution of sodium chloride is called as the brine. This is sodium chloride. And when the electric current is passed through the brine or solution of sodium chloride, the decomposition reactions takes place. The sodium chloride breaks into sodium, and here the chlorine gas is released. Chlorine gas is here byproduct, but main product is sodium metal. So in factories, for commercial purposes, for the production of sodium metal, the sodium chloride is splitted by passing the electric current. And this is an example of electrolytic decomposition reaction. Clear? Similarly, in factories, Al2O3, aluminum oxide, it is also called as alumina. Its chemical name is aluminium oxide, and this is the main ore. Alumina is the main ore for extraction of aluminium metal. When the electric current is passed through the alumina, the decomposition reaction is splitting of alumina takes place here, and the aluminum metal is extracted, and the oxygen gas is evolved as a byproduct. We will have to balance the equation here by putting 2 and here 3 and 4. This is the aluminum metal, and oxygen gas will evolve as a byproduct. As in this chemical reaction, a single substance, that is alumina, is splits into two substances. So it is a type of decomposition reactions. As in this decomposition reactions, the electricity or electric current is the energy. So specifically this chemical reaction or decomposition reactions is called as electrolytic decomposition reactions. Clear? Photo-decomposition reaction. With certain example, we will understand the photo-decomposition reaction. For observing the effect of sunlight, we take some amount of silver chloride and silver bromide. Silver bromide. Both are white in color. In porcelain or watch glass, we take some amount of silver chloride and keep it in sunlight. Sun rays are falling. After some time, you will observe the change of color there. This powdery substance becomes brown in color. Due to decomposition of silver chloride or silver bromide, whatever you have taken there. Suppose here you have taken the silver chloride. Decomposition reactions takes place in presence of sunlight. Here energy is photo energy, photon, solar energy. So this type of the decomposition reactions is called as photo-decomposition. Photo-decomposition reaction or chemical reaction, you may write also. Here the silver chloride splits into silver and here chlorine gas is released. Now we will balance this chemical equation. Due to the formation of silver, there occurs change in color. Silver chloride is white in color, but when the decomposition of silver chloride takes place and it splits into silver and chlorine gas, as the main product is here the silver, which is brown in color, and here the chlorine gas is the byproduct, and it is evolved during this decomposition reactions. As this decomposition reactions takes place in presence of sunlight, so it is called as photo-decomposition reaction. Similarly, the same happening takes place in the case of silver bromide. In place of silver chloride, if you are taking the silver bromide, the same the chemical reactions takes place. In lieu of chlorine gas, in that case, the bromine gas will be evolved. And these photochemical reactions is commercially utilized for the black and white photography. This chemical decomposition reactions in presence of sunlight is utilized in black and white photography. With certain example, we will also understand the photo-decomposition reaction. Similar to the silver chloride and silver bromide, one chemical substance, that is hydrogen peroxide, is also sensitive to the sunlight. When the sun rays fall on the hydrogen peroxide, it splits into water and oxygen gas. A splitting of the hydrogen peroxide takes place in presence of sunlight. It is photosensitive, just similar to the silver chloride and silver bromide. So it is kept in amber bottle, so that it can be protected from the sun rays. But when it is kept open in sun rays, it splits into water and oxygen gas. Here water is the main product, oxygen gas is evolved, it is the byproduct. Splitting takes place. We will जो है कि balance the chemical equation to 4 by putting 2 here. Now this chemical equation is balanced. 4. As this splitting or decomposition reactions takes place in presence of sunlight, so it is an example of photo-decomposition reaction. And by this I am going to conclude this session. You students watch the videos which are available on Institute YouTube channel. You subscribe the Institute channel, get benefited, as well as help the Institute in promotion of YouTube channel. Thank you very much.